Hello, everybody. This is Julissa. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to the channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening right now in the podcast. It is Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. I wanted to come and share this story with you guys, a very tragic story, excuse me. And this is regarding two teachers that lost their life in a car accident last week, I believe. So let me give you that trigger warning. And before I continue, I want to say thank you to everybody who's listening using Spotify. Don't forget to follow the podcast on Spotify. That really helps me as a creator. And of course, everybody who's watching this video right now on YouTube, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. So I know it's the end of the summer, basically. It's August 20th. Things are kind of like slowly returning back. A lot of people moving into college, and when I saw this story, I could, how many people are doing the same thing right now. Like I said, moving their kids back to school and driving them and all of that stuff. And then these two teachers, right? Parents of three kids, I believe, they're driving on a Sunday and they lost their life in a car crash when they were driving their oldest son back to school, right? So let me read you guys what happened here. It says here that, excuse me one moment. Two beloved Ohio teachers and parents of four children, so they have four children, were tragically killed in a fiery crash while dropping their eldest son off at college in North Carolina, according to authorities. Maria Nunney, 50, and Donald Nunney, 55, were traveling east on the Interstate 40 near Chapel Hill Friday afternoon when their Honda Odyssey veered off the road and struck several small trees before sliding down an embankment and slamming into a large tree, the North Carolina Highway Patrol said to authorities. Maria, the wife, riding in the passenger seat, died at the scene, while the husband, who was driving the minivan, was pronounced dead shortly after being airlifted to a nearby hospital. The couple were both longtime educators in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, where classes began Monday, leaving the school community in shock. Wow. They were gonna start. I mean, it's so tragic. This story is so tragic, you guys. Both parents gone, right? They're dropping off their son at college, and they're gonna start work, teaching that Monday. Wow. And the Teachers Association said they were just incredible teachers, loving and attentive and committed parents. They were very active in the community. Their loss has hit everyone so hard that is unimaginable for their family and their children. And so shocking, heartbreaking, it's just devastating. It's a very sad story, okay? Excuse me, my eyes bother me to this. I do apologize about that. Officials said the couple, who had their two younger children in the backseat, were nearing the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where the oldest son, Noah, is a sophomore, when their car suddenly veered off the road and crashed. Wow, I wonder what happened to that. What caused that crash? I mean, I wonder what happened there. Did something happen with the tire or something with the car transmission, anything like that, right? Were they hit or something, right? Two children, ages 9 and 15, were transported to a local hospital with severe injuries, according to the press. Noah, 19, was riding in a separate car when the horror unfolded and has since remained at his siblings' bedside as they recover. So Noah, the college student who they were bringing back to school, right, was driving in a separate car, right? He was probably bringing his own car to school. And he was, I mean, imagine watching all of that, knowing that that's your family's car probably in front of you, and this happened. The entire world has changed for them, said the sergeant. It's hard to say what caused it. No other vehicles were involved. So this answer for us right there. So there will be no charges. Maria's brother, Sandro Galindo, said his loved one leaves behind a legacy defined by their love and devotion to their children and family and students. They were also devoted son and daughter siblings, caring teachers and friends. They have so much of themselves to their students in their community. Maria and Dano leave behind a legacy of community, family, and love, all rooted in devotion they have for them. Let me see what else says here. This is so sad, you guys, because now they lost, basically, they lost mom and dad, basically, and to have lost them like that, right? And they have young siblings still, and I mean, the oldest one was just a sophomore in college. That's still pretty young, Let me see here what else. And the 9-year-old and the 15-year-old that were in the car with mom and dad were in the hospital with serious injuries. So we gotta pray for them for a prompt recovery, and that they get well pretty fast. I mean, the news, of them losing their parents, that's gonna be crazy. Let me see here what else I can read to you guys about this heartbreaking story. They look just like a typical family. I mean, you can just see it by looking at their photos. You can just see how the kind of people they were. Like, I don't know, it's almost like the photo translate. Like, you can just see it, right? Something like that you cannot fake, and it comes across their photos. I'm looking at their photos, by the way, on their GoFundMe, and you guys know I support GoFundMe 100%. I think this is a way how people throughout the world can look at a story like this and feel the compassion and also be able to help, right? And show sympathy for something like this. I always tell you guys, life can change at any moment. We really don't know, right? We're here one day, you just never know. So I always say, be right with the Lord, right? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. And, sometimes we don't, a lot of times we don't have the answer for why things happen. So that's why you just have to be, right with the Lord, and that's it. Just keep praying. We pray for the siblings that are in the hospital. We pray that they get well soon. And like I said, the GoFundMe is up. It says here that the GoFundMe was created. It says here the legacy will live on through Noah, Diego, Lucia, and Leo, and who carry forward the very best part of who their parents were. So 4 children, basically, right? Their names are Noah, Diego, Lucia, and Leo. Basically lost their parents in that accident, right? And 2 of the children are still in the hospital, like I said. The GoFundMe, I'm gonna leave the link here, guys. If you can donate, you can, and if you cannot donate monetary wise, you can always pray for the family. Sometimes we see something like this and we never think anything like that could ever happen, and we think, oh, that's so far away from where I live, I don't know who they are, things like that. But we are called to help each other, right? And sympathize for people when they're going through a hard time. So that's why I like sharing things like this. So, and also to tell you, to remind you, like I always say in my videos, that anything can happen. Life can change at any moment. So we continue to pray for them. We continue to pray for them and everybody who is the friends and family of this beautiful couple, and their name were Maria and Donald Nunney. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to the channel. Thank you, everybody who's listening in the podcast. Have a good day.